Because at the end of the day, you're going to die, everyone's gonna forget about you anyways, and so you might as well just work on the one asset that you get to keep for the rest of your life, which is you. And rather than measuring yourself based on how many views he gets versus how many views you get, measure yourself by how much work he puts into one of his shorts versus what you put into one of your shorts. And then you might think the output is more reasonable. And if there's a top sales guy in your organization who's making more money than you, compare not what his commission check is to yours every month, compare how many calls he's making, how many times he practices the script, how many calls he's made before you, how many sales he's closed before you, what time of day he shows up at work, what time of day he leaves, whether he works weekends or not, whether he's willing to hop on the phone in a family context so that he can still close the deal. If you're doing all the inputs, the outputs will always match on a long enough time horizon. And if you are new to the game, then my recommendation is not only to match inputs, but to double or triple the inputs that someone ahead of you is doing. And the reason you do that is because if you just match your inputs, then you're always gonna be behind them because they're already ahead of you because they're better than you. And so if you both do the same amount of work, they're gonna keep getting better and so are you. So you have to do twice the work. You gotta be like Kobe, right? Where everyone else is doing one practice a day, you do 2 practices a day. And in the beginning, they'll be better than you. And then you'll match them. But because you're doing twice the work, eventually you'll get better. And then that's how you win. Yeah, and one of the biggest misnomers in whatever endeavor you're trying to track is people track the wrong metrics. They track the lagging metrics rather than the leading metrics. Lagging metrics are what happened. Those are the outputs. And if you want to track those